Hello there, and good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever the hell you're at. Anyways, today's article is going to be a lengthy article, okay? But this has to do with reality. What do I mean? Why do you hurt the people you love? Okay? This is going to be a real thorough article, okay? The purpose of this video is I want to share something that really hit very close to home for me. You know, I shed a tear when I read this. I lie, I shed three. I shed 3 tears after I read this because, you know, I saw this article in myself, and I know that I'm not the only one who might find some pointers on how to see yourself moving forward in search of a person. And the thing is that we all know that the internet is totally different than real life, okay? There's so many girls out here who are ready to be in a relationship, okay? They're young, they're looking for it, you know, whether it's just to hook up or not, it doesn't matter. You know, I have experience with young ladies in, you know, 18, 19-year-old girls. You know, I do this on the daily. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 videos, okay, because I'm talking to the young women in a later video. Okay, so this is going to be for general, all people, right, of all ages, whether you're 50, whether you're 65, whether you're 40 or 30, or even a teenager. This will really put things in perspective, and I really want you to hear how this gentleman, Martin, really put this thing together. And I really like the way he did this because it really put things in perspective for me. And I'm also going to talk about Gen Z in another video. So as soon as I'm done with this video, obviously done my editing, put it out, shit like that, you know, I'm going to do another video for Gen Z, okay? Because there's a lot of beautiful young ladies who are depressed, and ladies, you shouldn't. Ladies, you live in the most abundant time that the US has ever lived, and you beautiful, sexy ladies are so reserved and scared. You shouldn't be, okay? You shouldn't be. Anyways, this is for me to help people out because we all need help, all right? So love is too intense and people are too clumsy, right, for the experience to pass without someone getting hurt. Like usual, I'll give you my 2 cents and my personal accounts with every video, because when I talk, whatever I talk about on this channel, I've gone through the shit, okay? So let's start. In love, okay? There is a responsibility that many assume, but few are ready for. Suddenly, our words and actions can have such a large effect on another person that we have to tiptoe around their hearts or risk breaking something. In a way, love actually shifts our ethical burden. To treat a stranger well, it's simple. Be kind, not malicious, but to treat a lover, well, one must forego a portion of their freedom. Just by following one's own interest or being impartial when it comes to those who favor us, or even by simply failing to give yourself to them. You can cause emotional pain, with the heightened sensitivity that have towards, with the heightened sensitivity they have towards us. Our capacity to cause harm is augmented. The haphazard human design comes to seem like a cruel joke when love hands us control over another person's feelings. We are far too clumsy to be trusted with such power. By sheer accident, we can cause someone pain. An introvert who enjoys their solitude might now be spending that time alone at the expense of another's comfort. Whatever inaptitude we naturally have when it comes to communication and reading other people now frustrates and hurts. In our capacity to love or be attracted to more than one person at a time can erode another's happiness. We are individuals with limited awareness and self-control and are poorly suited to the task of wielding dominion over a person's emotions. That's why I took time to be alone. And I continue to be alone because it is very hard to find a young lady that, wants to be with one person, who is ready to, take that plunge with that one guy and make a go out of it, because, they've been ismed to death about, oh, you need to have all these people and this and that. Ladies, you are valuable from 0 to 24. Okay, that's your value. And men, nothing in our market gets, retains its value with more use and time. Nothing, not a car, nothing else, not a home. The value is highest when it's a new car, a new home. So if you give yourself away to many people, you're going to be worthless for the men that you really want. The guy that you're like, I would do anything for that guy because I really like him and respect him. When you come across that guy, he's not gonna want anything to do with you because you've been, your doors have been opened and closed too many times. I'm sure you get what I'm saying, you see? Because the men that you gave yourself to are drug addicts, alcoholics, porn addicts, and they can't stop touching themselves. So what value would there be on you if you let all these low vibrational people open and closing your doors? We don't find value in you. Why? Because men who have things going for them are hated by other men. Like those beautiful girls, you know how you beautiful girls get treated. You guys get put to the side. You guys are being put to the side so you put yourself down because you're too beautiful and other people know it. Same thing with feminine men. All right, these so-called men, 40, 50, 60-year-olds, most men never grow the fuck up. All right, how young beautiful women get treated by other women is the same way I get treated by low vibrating men. Oh, we're gonna put you over there so so you dim yourself, so you don't have any value. Bro, I know I have value. I don't need any of you to give me validation. That is why high valuable men will not sleep with women who have had their doors open and closed too many times. Okay? A late night out laughing at a stranger's joke, a delayed response to a phone call, an otherwise harmless comment that touches on some insecurity, and instances of not doing as well, of not saying enough, or not demonstrating sufficient enthusiasm, etc. can all cause suffering. Love can turn every small misstep into a blow to the gut. When you are young, we step out into the field not knowing what waits for us. We love with naivete at first. Our hearts are open and we express our feelings freely. We've yet to learn that lesson that we all eventually do. Love hurts. And to add something else, ladies, what I'm trying to say and what I'm going to relate to you now is, if you wanted to marry a man, all right, and this man tried to marry every girl that he had, you wouldn't find value in that man asking you to marry him, right? That's what I'm trying to say. We carry our wounds with us, and each time we open ourselves up to another, we'll leave with a new set of scars. At some point, we may find ourselves unrecognizable. Maybe we close off and do everything we can to hide away our feelings. Loving self, or we become needy and require constant reassurance that what has happened so many times before isn't about to happen once again. Or we aim to be callous and manipulative so that we can hold all the power in our relationship, ensuring for a time that we won't be the ones to get hurt. Every lover is a fighter who has learned their own style for attacking and defending. After those first bouts, we lose ourselves before this power, and it makes us scarred to be vulnerable, to be ourselves. You know, just maybe a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half or so, maybe two, I opened myself up to someone, and, they didn't really care. And you know what? It's part of learning. If someone hurts you, it's a learning experience. This is how I take my life. If I fail, if I crash and burn, if someone hurts me, it's about learning. Because you can't hide yourself from the world, okay? Because you never know when you should take that plunge to see or talk to that next girl, all right? It's just a matter of time, I opened up, she was a little bit narky, and things happen. And, that's just how it is, because hurt people. And I'm not saying she's a bad person, but I see what I'm reading here in this person. You see what I'm saying? And the tragedy comes on with two sides. We are harmed and we harm others. See what I'm saying? How can we not? Of all those who hurt us, which of them sat down and thought to themselves, I am out to make this person suffer today, right? It's not some malice that's behind the endless chain of trauma we pass along to one another. See what I'm saying? That's why you have to do shadow work. That's why you have to learn to love yourself, all right? That's why you should put and make yourself number one. It's simple incompetence, and that love's intensity makes leaving behind some bruises nearly impossible to avoid. We are all at times reckless with hearts of others. I sure was. Some threat Some treats other people as a plaything, and shame on them. But even the well-intentioned take their pound of flesh. I sure did. The soul is weighed down on one side with the pain we felt, and on the other with the pain we've caused. We move through life thoughtfully saddled until by a certain age there is an air of quiet sadness around all of us. And this happens to a lot of older people. They're bitter, they're scarred, they're not willing to throw their hat back in the ring. And I am, I am willing to throw my hat back in that ring. All right. I'm looking for an 18 through 24-year-old female who wants to take a chance, who wants to be in a committed relationship that we can grow together, be friends. What are your dreams, honey? What are your dreams, Mario? Well, these are my dreams. Can we come together and make a happy, symbiotic relationship? That's what I'm looking for. Because that's important to me, and I'm sure there's someone out there that finds value in that. It takes tremendous strength and bravery to make inroads against the rose's thorns. It's for fear of getting hurt that we hurt. We cannot reassure another that they are safe with us without revealing our feelings for them. We cannot be proactive and be a good partner without opening ourselves up to the possibility that we might waste our efforts on someone who cannot or will not reciprocate our efforts. See, when I opened up to this person, she might have felt a certain way. And the easiest thing to do is, let me hurt you so you go away because I may not be enough for you. Maybe that happened. Maybe not. But I'm still alive, and it took some time. I did some shadow work, and I'm back to find another person. With every attempt we make at finding a lasting love, we have to try to disregard all the scrapes and bruises from the past attempts. See what I'm saying? And hopefully muster enough mettle to present ourselves honestly as the person we are and want to be. The real misfortune is that we will let the hurt change us. We often change into someone who drives away exactly what it is they want the most. Runners and chasers. Underneath all the years of emotional wear, we're still those same naive, open-hearted children we were in the beginning. We still have the exact same wants now that we want from the moment of our birth. We want to forget everything in the arms of another. I sure do. Why I pick young girls? Why? Because in a nutshell, I want a girl to spend time with me, and we can both help each other grow, and what we learn and what she learns from me, she can take with her into her future, and she can help herself till she's old and gray. It's about giving someone a helping hand for the rest of her life. That's why I choose to date the girls I want to date. We want to feel so entirely safe with them and connect to them and comfortable with them that we can let go of everything else that exists and just get lost for a moment. We want to know that someone has us, that someone has chosen us above everyone else. We want to know that our thousands and thousands of miles on earth out there there is one place where we belong and that we can call home. It's out there, but it takes the heart of a soldier to find it. You've been trampled on and forgotten, abused and neglected. But if you can meet that fear, force it down with a deep breath and go forward, unafraid to present yourself as you are. Drawing forth the courage to offer your strength and reassurance where there's other person needs it just the same. Then the lilacs will bloom for you once more. And this time they'll be well taken care of. People love and laugh at romantics. There's a fever dream that infects the mind of those few that say, love is above all. What in life have we seen that brings us to this belief? Everywhere around us, relationships are treated as frivolities. They're abandoned on a whim. They are used as points of leverage to take advantage and manipulate. They are carried like badges of achievements and treated as generic milestones on the walk of life. But I would present to the most ardent skeptic that a base that before we have anything they might consider concrete, before even the drive to survive itself, we have love. From where do we come and how do we live but by the bonding of two people? Father loves mother and both love the child, so that it may be reared and make it to adulthood to begin the process over again. Friends band together to benefit each other, lending a helping hand in times of strains. Meanwhile, past whatever there is of pleasure in food or drink or music or any of the arts, we find that lovers reach unparalleled ecstasy in sex, warm embraces, and psychological connections that soothes the deepest part of our beings. The human condition delves and disintegrates without a fastening at every point, and that fastening is found everywhere to be only some aspect of love. There is nothing fanciful here. What truly motivates a person to pursue their ambitions and go to work every day, if not for a species of love? Where is there purpose for any of us in the world where we have no one to care for? No work to support others, to help them, to impress them, or even to gain power over them. And all of it so that ultimately we may love them and have them hopefully love us in return. Love is the fuel in the engine of humanity, and it's the most practical subject one can discuss. Its importance and its power should be both feared and lauded. Gravity, infinite, invisible, silent, draws us all together, centers around centers, leads every planet and stars through the dance across the ages, twirling all by the land and placing each of its own path as a single principle of motion unfolds into countless stories. Love is the pulse in the air, just the same, pulling us towards each other or one towards a third, throwing us here and there into a dizzying pirouette, so that our lives unfold like a game of billiards, roaming from one point of contact to another until we come to rest in the boundless supply of time and space granted to the heavens. There is room for every possibility to become a reality, and yet even with a telescope that lets us see across incomprehensible distances, there is still something that is incredibly challenging to find: instances of persistent harmony. The moon around the earth or the earth around the sun are rare examples, but this corner of our universe has carried on an immaculate balance of Enos. So we wake up every day to bear witness to a miracle. It's this same perfect equilibrium in attraction that we seek between two souls that would allow them to dance continuously in each other's orbits. And though that sometimes seems impossible to find in the realm of human relationships, there are so many who have made it to that idealized place and live their life in seamless unity with another. Our trajectory in life is fraught with collision and quick passes all along the way, but there is a multitude out there waiting to receive each of us. And fatted matches is somewhere in the expanse, drawing nearer with each passing moment to its home alongside you. For now, we pass the days as a hiker might, with arms and legs scraped from working through the brush, skin marked and irritated by the bites of insects, our breathing strained as we push on with one step after another, and pestered by thoughts that we should have reached our destination long ago. The summit is always farther than we imagine, but for all the complaining we do on the long trek up, we always feel afterwards that all was worth it. That the sublimity of the mountaintop is worth twice the effort put forward, and that we would readily embark on another step, ascend as soon as we had a short respite to recuperate in. We cannot help but harm and be harmed on our way to the zenith, and we're never more susceptible to injury than at those heights. Love is fire, and it gives warmth and lights our lives at one distant, but never fails to burn us as we draw in closer. To hurt and be hurt is inevitable, but that is cost of the miracle. Take your hits with pride. Nurse your wounds for as long as you must. Work to forgive others and to forgive yourself as well. And then enter the arena again. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to understand that this is what life is, okay? Life is life. You're going to take your punches. You have to roll with the punches. If you're scared to do it, work on yourself. Do the shadow work, because life is better lived with a special someone next to you. And this is Mario with Let's Talk About It, and I will see you in a later video.